set our throttle to about, mixture to about half, throttle all the way off, and then on just a little bit. Get the key switch in position. So the mags are hot, so all I gotta do is open the start master on so I can engage the starter. Now it's all pre-configured. Check around, make sure no one's coming. Give our warning. Full prop. Brake is on. Okay. So from here, you're going to put the fuel valve on. You're going to give it a 3 count and then crank. 1, 2, 3. Once the engine's running, turn on the alternator, turn on the avionics, and everything will start booting up.
Celsius, dew point -6, altimeter 3005.
Dine on Skyview.
Meadow Lake Airport, automated weather observation 1810 Zulu, weather, wind 020 at 10, visibility 10, clear below 12,000, temperature 8 Celsius, dew point -6, altimeter 3005.
Did you hear the winds?
No.
Catch you this next time around.
Meadow Lake Airport, automated weather observation 1811 Zulu, weather, wind 020 at 10, visibility 10.
020 at 10. So north 020 at 10. So we're going to be taking off to the north on 33. So between 33 and 020 we have about, what is that?
30. Like 30 degrees?
Well, 33 is 30 degrees off of 36, and 20 is 20 degrees off of 36, so 30 degrees, 20 degrees?
50 degrees?
Yeah, so about 50 degrees of crosswind. So that's, you know, that's a pretty significant crosswind. We know from our trig identities that the crosswind component of 45 is 0.707, right?
Yeah.
So about 3/4 of the wind strength if it's out of 45 degrees. That means we can expect about a 7 knot crosswind component from the right. And there's the windsock, and it seems to agree with what we heard.
Yeah.
Alright, we got our altimeter already set, we got our radios programmed, so those are done. We can check our engine temps, see how we're looking. 43, 45 PSI. Pressure's good. Got 97 degrees on the oil temp, so that's good. Got 200 on most of the cylinders, and the other ones are close. So that's good. The engine's all nicely warmed up from preheating. So notice how the nose blocks our view forward. We can just taxi along blindly. We can look out the side. Or what we can do is a series of gentle turns back and forth so we can see kind of out the side, called S-turns. And that's typically what you got to do. You got to S-turn your way down the runway so that you can kind of see out the side. We're going a little fast right now. I'm not sure how we got going so fast.
Medley traffic, Cherokee 05 is on extended left base for runway 15.
Huh. He's going to land downwind.
Traffic, Cherokee 05 Lima turning left base for, correction, turning final for 15, slowly.
So in a case like that, Eyes, we have a couple options on what we can do. We could call him and talk to him and tell him, hey, the winds are favoring the other direction, everybody else is using the other direction, whatever. So that's an option we could do. We could wait for him to do his thing and clear out of the area. So he's doing a full stop landing, which means he's probably going to be down and he'll be clear of the runway, and it may not be a big deal. Or I guess we could change our pattern to match his so that we weren't trying to go head to head all the time. In this case, because he's doing a full stop, by the time we're ready to go, he'll be down and clear. So we'll just let him do his thing. We'll just keep an eye on him to make sure he's not lingering someplace. If he was going to do touch and goes, probably need to call him and say, hey, you might want to flip it around the other direction because the wind is really not favoring that direction.
Well, looks like our AWOS is not right.
That must have been what he...
Middle Lake traffic, Cherokee 05 Lima, departing the Acro and Alpha Space.
Oh, there he is. So the EWAS must be saying 415 or something like that. Even though the wind said 020. Alright, so he's clear. We can do our run up and our final check. So we bring the power up to 1800. Okay, I got 1830, 1840, something like that. Check the first ignition. And we got about 80 to 90. And that's coming back up. Alright. And the other ignition. And that one's coming back up. We probably had a little bit of fouling just from the taxiing. It's probably running a little rich and got a little carbon fouling on the plug, which is why we noticed a drop. And then as it burned off under the higher RPM, the RPM increased as we cleared the fouling. Both ignitions are working. All right, let's see here. Here's our checklist. Before takeoff, fuel shut off. On, flight controls. Alright, we feel good. Our radio is set, our Vero is set. We checked our engine instruments. We got 200, we got 114, 54, those are all good. Fuel is programmed, 13.4.
About 5 miles to the north,
canopy, seatbelts, and we're ready to go. Meadow Lake traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike, departing 33 Meadow Lake. We're going to leave the flaps up, make a no flap takeoff. And right when we get out on the runway and get lined up, I'll go to full rich. You ready to go?
Ready?
All right. So a little bit of crosswind coming from the right. See it right there? So we're going to anticipate.
Caution.
Meadow Lake traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike, departing the pattern to the east, Meadow Lake.
Meadow Lake traffic, rally 70 is about 4 miles to the northeast, sending through 8,000, 7,000.
He's probably following this road into Meadow Lake, so we'll just kind of stay out of the way. We'll be watching for him. He said he was at 8,000.
Meadow Lake traffic departing Meadow Lake. Are you guys departing to the crosswind or to downwind?
Negative. We took off on 33 and we're at 7,700. We're departing the area to the east. We'll be clear in a few minutes.
Okay, are you departing from the downwind? We're coming in on the downwind. I think we've got you tight.
Yeah, we're almost to beam of you right now.
Okay, good.
See him right there?
Yeah.
Looks like some cars out at the model
Meadow
airplane.
Lake traffic, rally 70 on the 4533 Meadow Lake.
What?
I said it looked like there were some cars at the RC field. Well, what do you think we got to do?
I don't know.
You don't know? Fly inverted for a half hour? There's Springs E spread up our wing out there, about 5 miles to the south of us. Just about directly lined up.
Yeah.
See it?
Yeah. It's in my place.
Alright, why don't we go and practice a few stalls. We did stalls once before in the Sonic, but we'll go talk about them again. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Alright. Some altitude. We'll go up to 10,000. There's Bullseye sticking out like a sore thumb over there.
Zulu, weather, wind, 020 at 90. Visibility,
See it out there, about 10 miles.
Yeah.
A little bumpy up here.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to use this road running east-west as our reference. Okay, so I'm going to bring the power back a little bit. We're going to decelerate. We're just going to slowly decelerate into the stall. And we're going to watch for the telltale signs. We're going to see the nose start to kind of hunt around a little bit. We're going to feel it kind of getting a little light on the controls. Alright, we're at 62. A little bit of back pressure, see how the nose is in relation to the sky. We're clearly nose high. There's 53, 52, 50, 48. Nose is starting to hunt a little bit. Controls are getting a little soft. 43, 42. See the nose hunting?
No.
Getting a little bit of pitch bobble going as it starts to kind of mush and break and accelerate just a little bit. Okay, we got a rate of descent going about 500 feet per minute as we mush on down. Okay, so if we continue to aggravate it, pull it deeper into the stall, eventually the nose will drop and we're going to recover. So nose up, release the back pressure. I corrected a little bit with rudder. All right, let's try it again. So 42, 40, 38. Release the back pressure. All right, one more time. 42. Release the back pressure. Correct a little bit with rudder if I need to. Now, watch what happens if I try and use aileron. Ailerons are not very effective, are they? Now, if I use aileron and I'm in the stall, they're not going to be very effective, and I might even aggravate it into a spin. So just release the back pressure, give it a little bit of rudder to correct, and it'll come on out. All right, climb back up. Alright, I'm going to climb up a little higher, and then we're going to do a turning stall. So we're just going to roll it in, and we're going to as we're turning around, we're going to gradually apply more back pressure. And what you'll notice is that sometimes the plane will want to fall off into the turn. We want to prevent that because that could lead it into a rotation and go into a spin. Right here in 95, there's a little bit of turbulence. There must be a wind shear there. Alright, I'm going to reduce power. Set up a turn. I don't want to do too much here. So we're at about 30 degrees. And we're just going to slowly decelerate in the turn. And we're definitely not going to correct with aileron. We're going to use rudder if we get some, some wing drop or something like that. Alright, 56. And power back just a little bit more. There's 50. Now we also know our stall speed is going to be higher in a turn, right?
Yep.
Because of that whole geometry thing. Alright, 49, 48. You just keep a slow deceleration here. 46. 40. Nose is starting to get a little bit wobbly. Oh, see how it's kind of steepening up a little bit there?
Yep.
Starting to feel the first effects of the stall. Alright, let's see. There's a bit of a break. See how the nose kind of wants to slice off into the... You feel that? Or we're kind of nibbling at it. Alright. You got any questions about stalls?
What?
Do you have any questions about stalls?
No.
No? Do you have any questions about anything else? No?
No.
You okay?
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You look like you're getting ready to barf.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Alright, well, I guess there's nothing left to do but to goof off a little bit. Once you cinched up your seatbelt. Alright, check the area, make sure no traffic over here. And we'll start off with a couple of aileron rolls. We'll dive down just to pick up just a touch of speed. Then we'll pitch up and roll. Alright, that looks pretty good. Pitch up. Get a little bit more speed. We'll pitch up.
Cheese. 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 Cheese.
Half reverse Cuban. Feels pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
All right. How about we'll do just a half Cuban? So we pull into a 5/8 of a loop and then roll out on the downside. So, pull about 3 Gs. Coming around, coming around, coming around. Now, if we wanted to finish our Cuban, we would accelerate into the other half of the loop.
Cheese.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Just do some clearing turns. Make sure there's no one else out here. Alright, this looks pretty good. We'll do a clearing turn this way. Ready? Clearing turn!
Cheese.
Well, this side looks pretty clear. You gotta be careful if you wind it up one direction too much, you gotta unwind it the other way. And then periodically you gotta check and make sure there's no one on your six. So,
Cheese.
no, our six looks clear. And if you think there is somebody on there, you might want to try to throw them off the scent. Here's some quick
Cheese.
reverses.
Cheese.
See if maybe you can out-turn them
Cheese.
and roll back in for a gunshot. And all the while, you got to be watching for targets. You might see something down there, and you're like, "Oh yeah, there it is." And roll in behind them and get them.
Cheese.
What's our bullseye frequency? 122.725. See if there's anybody talking on bullseye. I don't hear anybody. Maybe we'll do a flyby and see if there's anybody hiding out there. They could be dug in. We got to get a closer look. So what we'll do is we'll set up for a spiral descent. And we'll come in on a flyby. west. 119,325.
Bullseye Auxiliary Airfield. Automated weather observation 1847 Zulu. Wind 050 at 07. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature
050 at 7. Alright, so reduce power. We'll roll into a spiral. And we're just going to pull a few G's to load the wing up. Now we're pulling 2 G's. We got a nice rate of descent going. Oh, 1 or 2 more turns ought to do it. Alrighty. That ought to do it. I don't see anybody, but we better get a closer look.
Tiger 10 is terrain, inbound runway 35, hold on.
Uh-oh. Somebody's out here. Oh, they are down there. Alright, so according to the table size, at 8,000 feet, 2,500 RPM, should be burning 5.8 gallons per hour, doing 123. So we're at a little higher,
Tiger 10, Squirrel.
Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature missing. Altimeter 3002.
Okay, so we're at a little higher than 8,000. And we're burning, we're at 2580, 2590, burning 5.7, doing 120. So it matches the tables pretty close. 5.8, 123. So we can use these tables to figure out what our predicted fuel flow is and our speeds and all that. Alright, I think we're going to go gas up over at Springs East. Springs East traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike is on a 2-mile right base with 35 left, Springs East. Alright, gotta start slowing down here. Alright, throw the first notch of flap. Put in a little bit of trim. We're going to slow it down. We want to be around 80, 75, something like that on base. Springs East traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike, turning final, 35, Springs East. Got a bit of a crosswind. Look at the crab angle I'm holding. Definitely got to crab it. Alright, runway is coming up. Put on the rest of our flaps. Got the runway made. Power comes off. Tail comes down, pull the stick back to good tail wheel steering. Alright, put the flaps up. Alright. Not so bad. It doesn't land as well as the Challenger, but it lands pretty good. The ground feels soft. Feels like we got a lot of drag on it. Flipper. Soft ground, guys. Can you hear me? Guys, check my jacks. Okay, yeah, they must have got knocked loose a little bit. This soft ground is like driving around, with a tail hook down all the time. I know we're plowing a rut back there. I can feel it. Alright, trim is set, canopy's locked, flaps are up. And fuel is set, engines are good, radio's set. Approach end is clear. Springs East traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike departing 35, Springs East. You ready to go?
Ready.
All right. Give him a little wave goodbye.
Automated weather observation 1952. Zulu weather wind 360 at Niner. Gust 16 visibility 10 clear below 12,000. Temperature Niner Celsius. Dew point -6. Altimeter 3004. Automated weather observation 1953. Zulu weather wind 360 at Niner. Gust 16 visibility. Clear below 12,000.
Alright, looks like the wind is coming out of the north. It shifted from 20 degrees to 360. So, you know, it'll line a little bit more down the runway. Either way, it's not much different than when we left. Meadow Lake traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike, 3 miles east. We'll be entering on a 45 for downwind, 33 Meadow Lake. Alright, guys, the airport's right in front of us, so we gotta start watching for traffic. Well, I don't see anybody. I don't hear anybody. Meadow Lake traffic, Sonic 604 Charlie Mike, downwind 33. Full stop, Meadow Lake. Well, they pulled the gliders out. Brian in his L4. That's a World War II observation plane. Sonic's clear at 3-3. Wow, we got five canards out here right now, eh?
Oh.
And that's my favorite model of 172 right there. It's got the fastback, no rear window, but the swept tail. And the tall landing gear legs. They only made them for like 1 or 2 years like that.
Why?
Well, they were transitioning.
Interstate saw you in Sport Aviation. Looked really good.
They were getting away from the straight tail for the swept tail, and then they put the rear window in. And the rear window's nice. You can see behind you, which is always nice. But I just like the way they look with the fastback.